So bring it on, fresh, fervent, fevered, how it always was and how it always will be. Feel it, this is where it starts. Whatever your ambitions, a good beginning is the perfect way to get things underway.
Please welcome everyone.
The pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. And we're ready now for the anthems. A truly great anthem. Now, can they do better? And the lineup suggests, Jim, that it's going to be a 3-4-3 formation.
Yeah, it's one of these systems, Peter, where the front three are obviously the headline makers, but the back three have considerable responsibility and pressure on them. So a strong voice is needed to keep everyone switched on to their defensive duties. Everybody has to kind of play their part in getting behind the ball at times, and it's not always done because the focus is very offensive.
Well, we're on the way. Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
Well, I've always been impressed with how this guy, Szoboszlai, has been able to combine physicality and the finesse he can also add to his game, Peter. He makes good use of his strength when receiving the ball in tight areas, and he has that trickery and athleticism to beat people, and a spring in his step, always a spring.
Yes, getting the best out of him will count for so much. And it's Szoboszlai. Tries to pass it through.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
Can he finish?
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Viola. For Szoboszlai. He's in a great position here. Cleared away. Verdonk. Hübner. Traoré. So, Jim, what has caught your eye in these early exchanges?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
Space for him to turn and look.
OK, it didn't quite come off. The execution, I think, needs a retry, maybe with a better outcome.
Romani. Verdonk. Romani. Front-footed pressing going on here. That's good running with the ball. First quarter of an hour gone. Indonesia yet to have an attempt on goal. Oh, he's been caught napping! Referee's had a good look and given a corner. Tries to get it clear. Pelopessi has quite the footballing brain. He's almost never outsmarted. Defending of the desperate variety. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
It's a pretty loose pass. Nicely aimed pass.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Knocks it into space. Played out to the left flank, and he's picked it up out wide. Szoboszlai. Great defending, strong and determined. Nagy. Well, there's your danger man, a title that is entirely justified. He shifted it to the flank. An instinctive delivery. That's really well cleared. More and more pressure on the ball here. Dix. Aimed beyond the defence. Elects to cross. Easy enough for the goalkeeper. It says. So still we are where we began. It's 0-0. Nice sequence of passes, this. Oh, there's a probing ball.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Szoboszlai. Kerkesh.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Good ball, good take. And now a sudden chance to counter. And he skips past his man. He's looking unstoppable. It'll be a throw-in. Cross flung in towards the middle. And that's the keeper's ball. And the referee's looking at his watch. We could be done here. That is a great pick out. Just eases him off the ball. And the referee has blown for half-time. Well, it was a half of could-haves and should-haves, but as the whistle blows, we remain where we started. Plenty for both managers to mull over here.
Hello, attendees.
How's the first half compared with your expectations?
Well, simply put, Peter, they haven't been good enough to trouble the opposition. They need to play with more courage in the second half and a lot more intent.
So, both teams still stuck on the starting blocks here, 0-0 at the break.
And please welcome our lads to the field.
And here is the first touch of the second half.
Well, I suppose from a defensive perspective, Peter, neither manager can be too unhappy. I just wonder which team is going to up the ante first.
Incoming delivery.
Well, that has caused disappointment to some, unsurprisingly, and disgust to others. What a waste.
It says Rido, Dix, Pelopessi, and the shot! Well, now it's a race. Oh, what has happened here? That looks a good cross. Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. And he's there to belt it away. That's a cute ball. A quick look, thought about cutting inside, played into the box, and that's been well dealt with. Looking to play him in. And now they can clear their lines. Back in once more. He's done well to get that clear. In once more. And he's there to clear it. 0-0 still. It's a game that needs a bit of life injected. And there's his chance to lead the counter. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
So time for change. And this one has been on the cards for a little while. Two fresh faces and both in the front line.
It's a bold move. The manager's made his intentions pretty clear. He's going for this.
Coming on the field, number 19, number 13.
And it's Soboslai. Cleared away. Crossed in one. And a header! And he has kept it out somehow.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
That has been slung wide. It is still anyone's game, 0-0. Not the most accurate pass. Chance here to counter. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Well, that tackle was immense, and so was the relief. The great escape.
Indonesia do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way. Ball in towards the middle. Towering header! And the header is disappointing in the end.
Well, this is simple. The supply is to be admired. The defending is to be admonished.
Substitution for Indonesia, number 10.
So we have movement on both
14,
benches.
Number 17, coming on the field, number 15, number 18, number 4, substitution.
Dix. Amat. And it's Amat. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Nagy plays a sharp little ball here. And he's cleared it out of harm's way. Cross goes in there. And that has been cleared. Big chance! Oh, that's fabulous! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. That could turn out to be a huge, huge goal.
There was this feeling that the game was petering out, but credit for never losing their focus despite things not going as planned. Now comes the question, will they stick or twist?
So the first moment of real significance.
Well, when the going gets tough, etc., they can still turn this round, I think.
75 minutes played. Tries a measured ball.
Indonesia really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
Hungary have opted to make another change here.
Well, for me, this was the obvious substitution. He'd become just a little jaded, and as a result of that, he was most likely to make a mistake. I think sometimes when the body becomes tired, the brain goes with it, and I think that's happened in this case.
Dix. Has a look up and delivers. Nice and easy for the goalkeeper. It says Jena, the puppet master, looking to pull the strings. Indonesia very much running in. Great chance! And that could come back to haunt them.
Reinders clearly wanted to level things up in a hurry here. It didn't quite come off for him, but top marks for the effort.
Substitutions taking place.
So we have further activity on the bench here.
Well, his stamina was called into question then, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with his heart and the efforts he put in. He was very willing, though, not quite able.
Reinders plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. Chuan. Jena. Looking for a runner. Oh, the chip pass hasn't quite come off.
I think we're about to see a frenetic finish, and no half measures from here.
So this is it. We're on the verge of witnessing a major shock. Amat with a definite foul there. Opts to play it back. Now this could be a chance. That is good strength. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be.
4 added
It's a
minutes
sharp
have been
pass.
indicated.
Played through into space. Chuan. Ball played to Amat. High. Chuan. Jena. Might be danger here. Can he finish? Crossbar comes to the rescue. And there goes their last chance. So in the end, one goal did it. An exciting encounter where both sides produced a genuine effort to go on and win it, but neither was able to add to the scoreline in the end. How would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim?
Well, it wasn't a great game, Peter, not by any stretch. Both sides looked pretty laboured in the first half. A slight improvement in the second, I must admit. But just one significant moment, that's what it's all about.
So many thanks to Jim Beglin. That's all we have time for. Good evening to you.
Thank you very much for your cooperation.